You're listening to a production of SportsLink Digital Radio.
SportsLink Digital Radio presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. You're listening to the pregame show of the women's basketball game between the Memphis Tigers and the Ball State Cardinals. I am LJ Shrieve. To my right is Roen Elbert. Roen, we got a good game in store for us.
Indeed we do, LJ. First off, thank you for having me. And second off, absolutely, with Memphis and Ball State, what you got here is a team like the Tigers who they play fast pace on offense. You're looking at a team that last year was 40th in the nation in pace of play. Ball State, though, you're looking at a team that can really control the pace very well. And honestly, that's just the key to the game for the Cardinals.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how the Cardinals slow down the Tigers because, like you said, they like to get it and go, whether it's a made shot or not. And then they'll pressure you on defense as well to make the Cardinals make silly turnovers and make mistakes. So the Tigers are coming in with a lot of aggression, even though they have one loss on the season, sitting at 2-1. It was a tough one on the road that they had to Mississippi State, but that's a pretty big opponent, and so they're coming in here with a lot of confidence, especially after their most recent win against Samford.
Yeah, it's hard to put a lot of weight on an SEC opponent and a loss like that. Overall, Memphis is a team that all season they play very physical and they play very fast. And I like that you mentioned the ability to create turnovers. That's something they do a lot with the full court press. And I saw in the Samford game, their last game, they won by 13. Pretty much what they did, third quarter especially when it was really tight, just create a soft pressure, put three girls up front, and you'll create a silly turnover. That's exactly how you worded it, and that's exactly what Memphis can do to you. Yeah,
they can create turnovers, and then on the offensive end, it's no shy. They have people that can score the ball, and then especially from downtown, Elena Eaton, the redshirt junior, can light it up from beyond the arc. She is a great shooter, and she will come off screens, and if you go under, she will make you pay.
Yeah, 38% from three. Alana Eaton is such a game changer, such a spark plug for this Tigers team. Get her a screen on the elbow. That's what you see with a lot of these guards for the Tigers. Get them a screen on the elbow and just a quick pick and pop. And if you make it, I mean, if Memphis is drilling their shots, it could be a long day.
It'll be interesting to see how the Cardinal defense plays against them. And then also, they have another player down low that scores in a very different way than Eaton does. But Hannah Riddick, a double-double machine, Roen.
Yeah, Hannah Riddick averaging 14 points per game and 10 rebounds. Riddick, not the tallest player on the court, but definitely the most physical. She's standing at about 6 foot, 6'1", but she can pound the paint down low. And something that's so crucial on offense, that spin move she has, and just the ability to back down her opponents. And a lot of her boards come on the offensive end. But the unfortunate part with Riddick is just the ability to put it back up. She's only shooting 34%, and she doesn't add much versatility with her shooting from beyond the arc, but when she's so physical down low, I don't know why you'd want her anywhere else but the paint.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and it'll be interesting to see that matchup. We talked about it a lot off air, but between Hannah Riddick and then Marie Kiefer. Kiefer averaging, right under the double-double line in rebounds, at least 8.5, but then Kiefer also averaging 3.5 blocks. So it'll be interesting to see. She has 2 inches on Riddick. Will she be able to get some of those shots knocked off? And if they can create an opportunity defensively, the Cardinals, to not allow Riddick to go for that double-double tonight, I think that's got to be one of their top priorities.
I'm sure this week in practice, that was a point of emphasis, especially with Marie Kiefer. Me and you were talking today, and we were just hoping that these two go at it tonight. We were hoping that's the matchup. I think it will be, but, fingers crossed, nothing promised there. But with Marie Kiefer, really, I know we're only 2 games in, and it's hard not to overreact to how she's been playing. Marie Kiefer is having a career year. Yes, I said it. And not only defensively with the blocks and the rebounds, but her shooting numbers as well, 60% from the field. And Kiefer, as a senior, she was a player that started every game last year on a really good Ball State team. She's bringing that veteran leadership to this Cardinals team.
You're exactly right, Roen. And speaking of the Cardinals, they have so many different options on offense. Whether it's, you obviously have Allie Becky, who's going to be able to score at any level. And then also the transfer, Lachelle Austin, LA. She has been phenomenal all season long. She is a spark plug. She brings so much energy. She is loud and vocal on the court, not only on the offensive end, but she is a scrappy and good defender.
I have to give credit where credit is due to Brady Sowley for bringing in Lachelle Austin. Comes from Eastern Michigan, a MAC rival, and she was so crucial for that team. Whether she be a starter or kind of like a six-man type of role, averaging about 12 points per game last season. And she's doing pretty much that exact same role with this Cardinals team. Great shooter, and she adds so much versatility to this offense. And a really underrated part of her game is her defense. 3.5 steals per game on the season.
Roen, as we march right below 5 minutes and 20 seconds until the clock expires, the Cardinals are getting ready to run out onto the court. We will be right back with you. That was your pregame show on SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
So just how big is the Mammoth Pizza at Mancino's? How about a big 24-inch round pizza loaded with all of your favorite toppings? Made to order just for you when you call 287-1300. The perfect size for the big game, the next game, or any event that demands not only the best, but the biggest pizza you can order. And Mancino's is ready anytime. Call, wait 10 to 15 minutes, then head to Mancino's for pickup. Man, is it good. When a large pizza isn't enough, you need at least one Mammoth from Mancino's.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has a new, better flavor. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test. Starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
Standards. High standards. That's what sets teams apart. It's also what sets us apart at Pridemark Construction. We're not alone in holding our standards high. Ball State University is among those who do. That's why we're proud to sponsor the Ball State Athlete of the Week. High standards in everyday performance is everything in sport, as well as business. Join us in our pursuit of excellence. Join Pridemark Construction for your next building project and in our support of Ball State University's Athlete of the Week.
For the best stories, access, and coverage of Ball State sports, follow SportsLink on social media platforms Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. Search @BSU SportsLink.
American Pest Pros is the official pest control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your home or business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. Our pest control program is the safest and most effective in the industry. Even if you tried a different service and it didn't work, we'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Your home for live Ball State sports, streaming right in your timeline.
This is SportsLink Digital.
Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, Papergo toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
SportsLink is the official production partner of Ball State Athletics.
All the chirp you can handle.
Whether you're getting ready for the big game or getting ready for the workday, you always want to start with confidence. Cintas has the essential products and services to help businesses provide a clean, safe environment for their employees and customers. With routine restocking of essential cleaning, hygiene, and safety supplies, on-site cleaning, professional uniform laundering, and testing and inspection of fire equipment and systems. Give everyone the confidence they need to start their day. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
Ranked number 2 in the nation for sports media by the Broadcast Education Association.
This is Ball State SportsLink.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive Car Doc maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paintwork on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
The best stories in Ball State sports, plus live broadcasts right in your timeline.
Follow us at BSU SportsLink.
The Hampton Inn of Muncie is the official partner of Ball State Athletics. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. The Hampton Inn is one of Muncie's finest hotels. Come enjoy our free breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and fresh Hampton beds waiting for you. Less than a mile away from Ball State campus. Don't forget to ask about our Ball State special. Search Hampton Inn of Muncie online at munciesuites.hamptonin.com. At munciesuites.hamptonin.com.
From the bell tower to your smartphone, anywhere in the world.
Never miss Ball State sports with SportsLink Digital.
So just how big is the Mammoth Pizza at Mancino's? How about a big 24-inch round pizza loaded with all of your favorite toppings? Made to order just for you when you call 287-1300. The perfect size for the big game, the next game, or any event that demands not only the best, but the biggest pizza you can order. And Mancino's is ready anytime. Call, wait 10 to 15 minutes, then head to Mancino's for pickup. Man, is it good. When a large pizza isn't enough, you need at least one Mammoth from Mancino's.
Whether you're getting ready for the big game or getting ready for the workday, you always want to start with confidence. Cintas has the essential products and services to help businesses provide a clean, safe environment for their employees and customers. With routine restocking of essential cleaning, hygiene, and safety supplies, on-site cleaning, professional uniform laundering, and testing and inspection of fire equipment and systems. Give everyone the confidence they need to start their day. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
The Hampton Inn of Muncie is the official partner of Ball State Athletics. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. The Hampton Inn is one of Muncie's finest hotels. Come enjoy our free breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and fresh Hampton beds waiting for you. Less than a mile away from Ball State campus. Don't forget to ask about our Ball State special. Search Hampton Inn of Muncie online at munciesuites.hamptonin.com. At munciesuites.hamptonin.com.
Whether you're getting ready for the big game or
Welcome to Worthen Arena for tonight's women's basketball matchup, where the Memphis Tigers have traveled 536.1 miles to play some basketball on this wonderful Wednesday. I am your play-by-play for this evening's matchup. My name is LJ Shrieve. To my right, Roen Elbert. Roen, we got two teams ready to clash tonight. It's going to be an exciting one.
I'm excited. I don't know about you. I mean, I can tell by the tone of your voice. I can tell by the body language. But everybody here in Worthen Arena, pretty good crowd tonight, is very excited for this matchup. And like you mentioned, Memphis coming from 500 miles away. It's either going to be a very good or a very bad bus ride back.
I mean, that could be a long one, or it can be an enjoyable ride back. If you're the Memphis Tigers, you don't want to fall to 2-2 and 500 on the season already. If you're the Ball State Cardinals, you look just to keep winning, as the intro video is playing, and we are just about ready to hear the starting lineup for the Cardinals. The Tigers was just announced, and we talked about it a lot in the pregame show, but Roen, the Tigers like to play fast, and I expect them off the tip to get it and go.
Yeah, that's the key to the game for Ball State. Do not let them control the pace. Let me re-emphasize, do not let them control the pace, because if you do, this ball game can get out of hand very quickly. I know you look at this Memphis team, you look at this roster on paper, and you may not be phased. You see the record, you see last year's record, you see the preseason projections, and you might not be phased. But at the same time, this is a team that, if they have their way with pace of play, which they did against Sanford, especially in that second half, they ended up winning by 13. But that was a game that in the first half, people forget Sanford was very much in control, which gives Ball State quite a bit of hope. And I don't think it's ridiculous to say that, obviously with Memphis, their only loss of the year came to Mississippi State. I really don't think it's ridiculous to say that Ball State, outside of Mississippi State, is the best opponent these Tigers have played all year.
Yeah, Roen, I definitely don't think that's far-fetched. The starters for the Tigers: Bowler, Eaton, Riddick, Smith, and Fulmore. Head coach Alex Simmons in her second year at Memphis. And then for the Cardinals, you have Allie, Becky, Lachelle Austin, Marie Kiefer, Alex Richard, and Elise Stuck. And obviously head coach Brady Sally in his 13th season at Ball State University. They're looking to improve to 3-0, Roen, and the Tigers looking to jump to 3-1. Both teams looking for their third win of the season. The Tigers are out on the court in black with blue trim, and the Cardinals in their home uniforms in white with red and gray trim. 10 minutes on the clock, and we are just ready to tip off game number 3 for the Cardinal season and 4 for the Tigers.
Yeah, and not only that, Ball State, they're looking for back-to-back seasons with a 3-0 start. Obviously, you don't want to dig yourself into a hole early, and the Cardinals are not doing that at all.
Kiefer and Fillmore up for the tip, and it's going to be won by the Tigers. Working around the perimeter at the top of the key, they will move right to left. Top of the key is Bowler. She's looking inside, will call for a screen, works to her left, kicks in the corner. Now driving inside are the Tigers, slowly working it around, driving into the shot clock. Layup goes strong, rebound put right back up by Fulmer.
Obviously, that didn't go Ball State's way, but I have to give credit where credit is due to Elise Stuck. She got picked a couple of times by Hannah Riddick, but she was not phased, did not switch.
Austin has it, works off a screen to her left. Now gives it Becky at the top of the key, looking inside for Kiefer. She gets it in. Tough pass, layup is too short and is missed. Quickly pushing it is their quick tempo. The Tigers going loosely is the ball that gets knocked out of bounds by the Ball State Cardinals, and it's out on the Tigers. It'll be Cardinals basketball, and the Tigers, like we talked about, getting ready to press that full court pressure they bring. It's a tough one to break, Roen.
With Alex Simmons, I really love this game plan to just bring the pressure early, that soft pressure with just 3 up in that backcourt. That's just genius.
The way they press isn't anything too crazy, but if you pick up the ball, they will apply pressure. Austin has it at the top of the key, gives it Richard on the right wing. Looking for a cutting Becky. That pass is tipped, but gets to her. Becky will reset on the right wing, dumps down low on the right block is Richard. She pump fakes, spins to her left, still working, spins back around, floats one out to the left corner. Austin will fire off a deep 3 with no time left on the shot clock, and it'll fall into the hands of the Tigers. Quickly pushing is Riddick. She gives it top of the key, now Smith. Back to Riddick at the top of the key, 2-0 with 8:30 to go in the first. Bowler driving, knocked out of her hands, and the Cardinals will pick it up. Gives it Becky, driving in, behind the back pass, right off the foot of Marie Kiefer. You know, Roen, I am a practice player with the Ball State women's basketball team, and I love to throw behind the back passes. I have not seen Allie Becky throw one in practice or in game this season. That was her first, and it's just a little bit too much on it.
Okay, and even though she put too much mustard on that, it is so beautiful when she's able to connect with it.
It is a fun pass to throw, and when it works, it looks good as well. Riddick drives baseline. Her floater is too strong. Defensive breakdown from the Cardinals does not result in a Tiger bucket. Austin drives off her right hand, floats it up a little too strong, and back into the hands of Bowler, quickly moving right to left. Hesitates, pulls up mid-range. That one's left short. This game, as we expected, Roen, very fast-paced.
Exactly. And going back to that last play, I mean, Hey, going back to that last play, though, I mean, honestly, it was just getting caught up with the switches, and that's what got Kiefer off track.
Becky with a bucket on the left side of the paint, evens it up at 2 with 7:30 to go in the first quarter. Now working to her right is Eaton. Eaton doesn't fire off a three. No look pass down to the left block. Goes up strong. Does not get it to fall is Fulmer and put into the hands of Becky. Quickly moving on the right side. Beats her defender. Drives in. Kicks in the corner. Stuck for three. That one goes way strong. Rebounded. Austin wide open on the left wing. Her three-pointer drops through the bottom of the net. And the Cardinals on a 5-0 run.
You just can't give Lachelle Austin that much space. You just can't. She had no one within even 5 feet of her, and I give credit to Ball State's ball movement for that and just draining the clock. That's how you're going to get open players, especially on the perimeter.
Allie Becky gets the rebound off the missed three from Elise Stuck in the corner. The shortest player on the court, Allie Becky, gets it, and with her vision finds a wide open Lachelle Austin. And head coach for the Memphis Tigers, Alex Simmons, does not like that and calls a timeout.
Yeah, Alex Simmons in her second season, there's so much for her. Like, she comes from Gardner-Webb. She had a very successful run there, but still so much to learn. And she's been learning from some of the best. Pat Summitt coached her at Tennessee. She won 2 national titles, teammates with the likes of Candace Parker. She is a student of the game.
You're exactly right, Roen. And in the preseason, you know how teams have their games that they play in the preseason but aren't technically wins or losses on the schedule. They played South Carolina, and she talked about the influence that the South Carolina head coach has had on her, Dawn Staley, and how they've connected in the offseason and how she studied the way that Dawn Staley championship teams play, and like you said, student of the game, loves the game, and you can see the passion that she shows out on the court. This Memphis team is going to go places as long as she's the head coach here.
I absolutely agree, and the fact that the success at Gardner-Webb is translating really on and off the court with success, but also just the players she has. Alasia Smith, who had 28 points in the last game for Memphis against Sanford. She comes from Gardner-Webb. Then you got Lakin Cox, also coming from Gardner-Webb. So she brought some of her own talent that contributed a lot to her successful stint there.
The Cardinals up 5-2 with 6:59 left in the first. It was a slow start for them, offensively missing a handful of fairly good looks, but on the last 2 possessions, they get them to go with a bucket from Becky on the left side of the block, and then a 3-ball from Lachelle Austin, the transfer from Eastern Michigan. It's been a fun first couple minutes, and everything that we have expected from the Memphis Tigers, they have done. They've played with a lot of fast pace offensively and defensively. When the Cardinals turn it over or miss shots, they are going.
Indeed they are. Memphis is a team that so far they've tried to control the pace, but Ball State just really hasn't let it happen, and that's why the Cardinals are up 5-2 right now. That's why they had that 5-0 run. And sure, you could attribute it to Memphis's just really not hitting shots. They have had good looks down low, but at the end of the day, Ball State defensively has just been playing a better ball game.
100%. The press that the Memphis Tigers bring necessarily isn't to speed you up that much. It's just to make silly passes and turn the ball over. A couple substitutions, one specifically for the Cardinals. In comes Zuri Ransom.
They also got Tanielle Welch coming in for the Memphis Tigers, a career-high 16 points against Sanford in the last game. She comes from North Central High School, so in a way, this is kind of like a homecoming.
She has it at the top of the key, dumps down low. That pass just out of the reach. Down low for the Tigers, and it's going to go in favor of the Cardinals. That one just out of reach of Gilmore. Ransom gives it back to Kiefer, gives it to Stuck now as they cross the timeline, moving left to right. Becky has it on the left wing, working off a screen, gives it to Ransom at the top of the key. Working off Bowler. She's going to take a dribble to her left and give it to Stuck. Now in the corner. A deep 2 from Becky, does not go. Rebound, Richard goes right up and under with it. 7-2 with 6:15 to go in the first.
Becky and Richard, what a 1-2 combination. Even if Becky's shots are unable to fall through, Alex Richard or Marie Kiefer, one of the two, they will always be right there at the right time.
Bowler looking down low. She's going to get it to Riddick. Riddick goes right up and under. That one, Kiefer thought she got it clean. The ref says no. And Hannah Riddick will go to the line to shoot two. Kiefer just a little bit too physical. Almost got a block as she averages 3.5 blocks a game.
And that's a matchup we wanted, right? Riddick and Kiefer, we talked about it in the pregame show, and we're getting it right there. And honestly, I think it's living up to the billing so far, but still we're only 4 minutes through. Cardinals a 7-2 lead.
First free throw attempts of the game for either team. The Tigers will take the first. It goes strong there from Riddick. The team in general for the Tigers shoots 67.9% from the free throw line. Tater tots are on the line for the Muncie folk, and they will not get them. Goes 1 for 2 at the line, 3-7, with 6 minutes exactly left in the first.
Hey, what's the rule for broadcasters getting the tater tots?
I don't know, but if they miss 2, I hope we do get the tater tots, Roen. I hope that's how that one works. The Cardinals quickly moving left to right. Becky drives baseline, looks down low for Richard. She gets it. Richard bounce past it. Johnson unable to come up with it, and the Tigers quickly pushing in tempo. In the corner is Bowler. She's going to fire up a 3. That one way strong and into the hands of Becky. They're going to push the tempo themselves. She's driving in. No look pass over to Ransom. Ransom drives, looks, finds Becky on the left wing, left open, jab step. Her three-pointer is just short and rebounded by the Tigers. Loose ball, though, after the pressure that is brought on the floor and into the hands. For the Tigers comes Welch. Welch now gives it. Step back 3 is in. What a shot from Eaton.
That was just a mismatch, and that's what happens when you let Memphis control the pace. They were playing fast up the court, and you had a mismatch with Elise stuck on Alana Eaton.
Just under 5 minutes to play in the first. 7-6 is the lead for the Cardinals. In the corner is Johnson. She's going to give it to Ransom. Working off a screen, she's going to fire one. That one strong again. Seen a lot of shots go strong this game. Welch drives, Euro step, goes up with it, and is blocked by Richard. Here come the Cardinals. Cross-court pass goes to Malia Johnson. Her layup does not go, but gets a foul called, and the Cardinals get their first opportunity at the free throw line. 7-6 is their lead with 4:35 to go in the first.
MJ Johnson was one of the most highly anticipated transfers to come in for Ball State this offseason. Comes from Texas A&M, and coming out of high school, she was a top 100 prospect. So still a lot of raw, untapped potential in MJ Johnson.
As the arena goes quiet for Johnson's first free throw, it drops through. The Cardinals shooting 61.1% from the free throw line, so even worse than the Tigers. But the Cardinals look to go 2 for 2 as Johnson's second free throw drops through, and they stay 100% on the evening. 9-6. Now the Cardinals lead by 3.
Shout out to the Worden Arena crowd. You could hear a pin drop.
Welch gets it off the inbound. The Cardinals applying some of their pressure of their own. She has it at the top of the key. Will give it Riddick. Riddick jab steps to her right and goes. Now in the corner is Smith. She gives it right back to Riddick. Riddick's going to go to work. She spins off of Stuck. Gets a layup to go on the right block. A phenomenal finish from Hannah Riddick.
Hannah Riddick so deadly in the post with that spin move. There's just not much you can really do about it.
Becky drives baseline and gets a layup of her own. 11-8 with 4 minutes and some change to go in the first. Stuck quickly gets a steal. Here comes the Cardinals. A layup there from L.A. Lachelle Austin. 2 quick layups for the Cardinal guards.
Do you remember when I said Lachelle Austin, the most underrated part of her game is her defensive aspect she brings? Well, there it is right there.
She is a scrappy defender as well, not just talented offensively, but also defensively. Gets a foul called on her for reaching at the half-court line on Welch. Coach Sally doesn't agree with that one, but that doesn't matter. Does not change the outcome of the call. and the Tigers down by 5 with 3:40 to go in the first. They look down low to Riddick. They get it to her. She jabs to her left, drives, goes up with it, and Austin gets her second foul. That was a tough one as she was going up, lands hard, and Riddick still down on the ground. That is not what you want to see no matter who you are cheering for, as she is grabbing her left knee.
No, not at all. An unfortunate sight really for everybody involved. Hannah Riddick's such a special talent, and what she brings to this Tigers team, her impact is just immense. When you average a double-double, especially in this stage of the game at the collegiate level, you just don't see it very often. She's still being helped on the court right now, still yet to get up. We just hope for the best.
It's absolutely what you have to do. As we wait for her to get up, we will send it to a quick break with 3:36 to go in the first. The Cardinals lead 13-8. You have been listening to SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
American Pest Pros is the official pest control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your home or business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. Our pest control program is the safest and most effective in the industry. Even if you tried a different service and it didn't work, we'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
And we are back in Worthen Arena as Hannah Riddick was helped off by a trainer and player. It's not what you want to see. Taking her place be LaKen Cox at the free throw line. Her first free throw doesn't go. But like we said, that is not what you want to see. Hannah Riddick, a double-double machine, averaging a double-double, and someone that is so key to the Memphis Tigers offense and defense. You hate to see her go out, especially this early in this game.
Yeah, and props to head coach Alex Simmons. She counters by playing tall ball, physical ball, I should say, with Cox, Alasia Smith, and then you got Fulmore out there as well.
Cox knocks down the second free throw, makes it 9-13.
Because again, that's how you counter when you lose such a physical presence down low. It doesn't matter how tall she is.
Johnson has it on the right wing, gives it Becky now. Off a double screen, looking for a cutting. Ransom doesn't get it to her. Johnson's gonna fire off a three on the left wing. That doesn't go. Tipped up, loose ball, fought for, and Johnson will come back with it herself. Now gives it over to Bolden. Bolden gives it now Becky. Becky sidestep between her legs, drives into the paint, up and under, unable to get the finish, but a beautiful move, but not able to get the bucket with it. Quickly moving right to left are the Tigers. With the ball is Welch, now swings it over to Flumore. The handoff is broken up, but a foul is called on Zuri Ransom. Cardinals playing very aggressive off the handoffs and off the ball screens, but that has resulted in back-to-back drives of fouls.
And I love seeing that from the freshman in Zuri Ransom. Ransom, a freshman from Evanston, Illinois, she averaged just 3 steals in her sophomore year. I mean, that's just insane, and it's translating to the next level.
Sims to inbound for the Tigers. They get it in and will have it on the left side. Driving into the paint, a lot of contact, no foul. Cardinals moving left to right, gives it. Ransom goes up with it, gets the bucket to go, and Zuri Ransom gives the Cardinals another bucket in the paint, 15-9, with 2:30 to go in the first.
And that play's not possible without Allie Becky. She was able to hold her own in a mismatch against Alasia Smith, creating the turnover.
Quickly moving is Sims. She gets the layup to go. Raven Sims with a quick one for the Memphis Tigers, 11-15.
And Raven Sims, such an impressive player, an in-state player at that. She was at one point Tennessee Player of the Year coming out of high school.
Becky has it, gives it Kiefer on the right wing. Finds Zuri at the top of the key. She's gonna take a three. She's feeling good. Wide right and rebounded by the Tigers. Quickly moving once again. Here comes Sims, driving to the same spot she just scored off of. Does not get that layup to go and is slow to get up. Becky quickly moving. Driving into the paint, goes behind her back. Drives up and under, gets the foul called, and will get an opportunity to shoot 2 free throws.
Sure, that's the result you wanted by getting 2 free throws for Allie Becky, but at the same time, it's 5-on-4. You got to take advantage of that. Zuri Ransom was right behind her, but obviously she missed a 3 right before that. And I think for Ransom, that's just a heat check. And I have to give her credit. For a freshman, you just don't see that type of confidence to take a shot like that, especially early.
Yeah, and it's not like she's not a good three-point shooter either. She can light it up from downtown. That's a shot I see all the time in practice, and she will knock it down right in my face. And so it's just whether or not she can knock it down in the game. That one just goes a little bit too strong, but we've also seen that from a lot of the players on both sides tonight.
Yeah, and I also have to respect Allie Becky there because you never want to settle with a 3. She had a driving lane, but it was just a tough take.
She misses the first, knocks down the second. 16-11 is the score with 1:40 to go in the first. Quickly moving is a trap from the Cardinals. The Tigers break through it and cross the timeline. Looking to dump it down low, they don't get it. Eaton has it working off a screen. She looks to fire one up, she will. That one's too strong off the front of the rim. Loose ball goes in favor of the Cardinals. It'll be knocked out of bounds by the Tigers, and the Cardinals will move left to right.
I love it right there. You bring that soft pressure and then you go right into a 2-3 zone. Most offenses in the country, no matter what level, can't handle that type of pressure.
Becky working off a screen to her right. She will cross over and reset. Drives into the paint now, gets it back to Kiefer. She works off a screen, and Becky has it in the corner. She drives baseline, goes up with it, is blocked. She gets her own rebound, kicks out in the corner. Bolden's three-pointer does not go, rattles around the front of the rim, and is now in the hands of Raven Sims. She's going to drive in, goes up with it. A blocking foul will be called on Sydney Bolden, and the Tigers will get another opportunity to shoot free throws. A very aggressive and strong take, a lot of physical contact down in the paint.
When you're going full steam ahead, that's kind of what you expect, and I have to give props to Sydney Bolden. She was trying to take one for the team, trying to draw a charge, but she just wasn't in the right position.
Yeah, it's a tough position to be in, especially Raven Sims comes at you so fast. You have to have a couple second thoughts, and that's what cost her right there. A opportunity for the Tigers to add 2. 50.4 seconds to go in the first. The Tigers unable to knock down most of their first free throw attempts. Usually tonight they've been able to knock down the second. They have not gone 0 for 2 yet. Sims' second free throw rattles in, and that will just continue. The Tigers knock down the second.
Yeah, we heard the tater tot chants, and I just heard a lot of
Yeah, a lot of sigh in the crowd. Unable to get the free tater tots, but still plenty of game left. Johnson has it. She's going to give a bounce pass. Easily broke the press were the Cardinals, and a quick bucket there for Elise Stuck on the left block. Beautiful ball movement. There was not one dribble. The Cardinals applying pressure of their own. Becky gets a steal, goes behind her back, drives baseline, and will reset. Gives it Richards. Her mid-range shot goes a bit too strong. Rebounded by the Tigers. More pressure brought from the Cardinals. Splits it. Are the Tigers driving in? No look pass goes up and under. A lot of contact. No foul, and the bucket is good. Down low from Smith. The assist coming from Welch. With 5 seconds left on the clock. Becky has it at the top of the key. A deep three rattles off the front rim and doesn't go. At the end of one, 18-14 is the score. The Cardinals leading the Tigers. It's been a fun first quarter so far. We will be right back. You've been listening to SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Whether you're getting ready for the big game or getting ready for the workday, you always want to start with confidence. Cintas has the essential products and services to help businesses provide a clean, safe environment for their employees and customers. With routine restocking of essential cleaning, hygiene, and safety supplies, on-site cleaning, professional uniform laundering, and testing and inspection of fire equipment and systems. Give everyone the confidence they need to start their day. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
The Hampton Inn of Muncie is the official partner of Ball State Athletics. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. The Hampton Inn is one of Muncie's finest hotels. Come enjoy our free breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and fresh Hampton beds waiting for you. Less than a mile away from Ball State campus. Don't forget to ask about our Ball State special. Search Hampton Inn of Muncie online at munciesuites.hamptoninn.com. At munciesuites.hamptoninn.com.
Welcome back to Worthen Arena as we get ready to start the second quarter. 18-14 is the score. The Cardinals leading the Memphis Tigers. I'm LJ Shrieve, your play-by-play, and my color, Roen Elbert, to my right. Roen, it was a fun first quarter, as we get in set. The pace was quick. It was everything we expected. We saw a bummer of an injury, Hannah Riddick going down, but that did not stop the Tigers from executing on offense, and I don't expect them to slow down in the second.
Not at all. And the thing I want to give Memphis the most credit for was the ability to keep up the pace, even with Ball State slowing it down, not afraid to take a charge or two. There were a couple of plays. I mean, Sydney Bolden had one where she was super close to drawing a charge. And honestly, right now for Memphis, they countered Hannah Riddick's injury the perfect way by just playing tall ball. Because Riddick, although she's not really one of the taller players on the court, she brings the most physical presence. And in order to make up for that, you gotta bring in some taller players and some just some bigger bodies in general, like Lakin Cox. You got Quincy Fulmore. And honestly, I would expect them to incorporate Bailey Gilmore more. Gilmore was with Vanderbilt last year. She redshirted now with Memphis. I expect her to play a bigger role in this quarter. She played a little bit in the first quarter, but didn't quite make the impact we were expecting.
Will be interesting to see how head coach Alex Simmons adjusts and continues to compete in this one. Something to look at, the free throw percentage, 50% for the Tigers, 75 for the Cardinals, but that 50%, if they would have gone 6 for 6, the Tigers I'm speaking of, if they would have gone 6 for 6, it would have been 18-17, so a 1-point deficit opposed to a 2-possession deficit. Something to look at and also something to keep track of as this game goes on. If it gets close down the edge, down the stretch, and they continue to just shoot 50% or something around there at the free throw line, it'll be interesting to look back, and that's got to be an emphasis in practice. Free throws, free throws, free throws.
Indeed, also for Ball State, the 3-point attempts. They're 1 for 9 from downtown. Michelle Austin with the lone 3. And props to the Cardinals showing how versatile of a team they are, that they can still hold a first quarter lead without having to rely on the 3.
10 minutes now ticking down. Becky has it at the top of the key, working off a screen, gives it to Bolden. Now in the hands of Johnson. She will give it right back to Becky. She works off a Johnson screen to her right. Looking down low, a very good pass in the corner to Bolden. Her three-pointer is strong. Rebound from Richard, and she puts it right back up. Cardinals 20-14.
I don't know how Allie Becky saw Sydney Bolden in the corner with the double team. At the same time, I don't know how Alex Richard, with 3 Tigers around her, was able to corral in that rebound.
Tigers quickly moving, but will settle to reset the offense. Welch comes off a screen, drives, floats one up. A foul is called, almost gets the bounce to go. That would have been a very impressive and one. Instead, she will get an opportunity to shoot more free throws. The Tigers doing a very good job at getting opportunities at the free throw line.
Tanyelle Welch is the definition of a slasher. She's a spark plug that comes off the bench. We haven't seen her start all year, but she can drive in off of a pick on the elbow, and she can do some damage.
The call changed to on the ground, and so the Tigers will get it off. An inbound pass is deflected and goes out of bounds. The Cardinals will get an opportunity back on offense as they lead by 6.
We saw Alex Richard get picked down low, but she was unfazed, just clogging up that hole in the paint that could have given Fulmore an open bucket.
Cardinals moving left to right. Becky works off a screen, gets a switch. Now down low is Richard. She has the mismatch. She goes up with it, and one. Alex Richard. A phenomenal play on offense to get the switch, and they execute. 22-14 with an opportunity to make it 23 with 9 minutes to play in the second.
So far in this second quarter, it has been the Alex Richards show. She's been, obviously only 2 plays in. She's been so dominant, and I'm looking at right now, Raven Sims for Memphis running back to the locker room.
It's not what you want to see, no matter who you're rooting for. They get it off the inbound, and the Cardinals continue to apply a lot of pressure. Allie Becky gets a steal, and it goes off the leg of Welch. The Cardinals will get another opportunity on offense as they inbound in front of the courtside fans. Becky gets it off the inbound, gives it now to Johnson. Johnson finds a cutting Stuck. Her layup just rattles all around the rim and goes out, unable to get that one to fall. Welch quickly driving, goes up and under. Her shot is blocked by Ransom. Stuck will have it and slow things down for the Cardinals. She gives it. Becky, right wing. No one guarding her. Becky decides to drive instead of shoot the 3. Gives it to a cutting Stuck. She makes up for the missed layup that she just had and finishes on the left block. 25-14, and the Memphis Tigers need a timeout.
Let me tell you why Allie Becky is one of, if not the best guard in the MAC. See, when she's wide open on that right elbow, 9 out of 10 players are going to pull that shot. But she knows she can get a better shot. She knows she has the mismatch with Quinzia Fulmore, so she drives inside, and we saw Elise Stuck. She was kind of at the top of the key. She saw what was going on. So just a quick little jab step, cut inside, and she was wide open under the basket.
Beautiful ball movement from the Cardinals has resulted in layups left and right. They have done a great job on the offensive rebounds, the O boards, as Coach Sally calls it. That is an emphasis every single week for the Cardinals, and they have been executing out here. The Cardinals have been in control all second quarter.
Yeah, I know it's early, but the fact that Alex Simmons already has to call a timeout can't be a great feeling for the Tigers. And to go back to what I was saying earlier about Raven Sims, you already lose Hannah Riddick. Hopefully she's all right. Hopefully it was just a minor thing. She had to run back to the locker room. But that's the encouraging sign that she was able to run back there. We have no idea what her status is. And look at that. She's running right back in right as I'm speaking.
It's convenient for the Tigers. They need someone like Sims, who's just such a spark plug, and she gets downhill so well. And so they need that. The first quarter, they handled the adversity pretty well, especially once they let the Cardinals go on a 7-0 run. They come back and they figure their offense out, even after one of their key players, if not their biggest key player, Hannah Riddick, goes down, and we don't know what her status is, but no matter what, the Cardinals have to focus on the present and what they can control. And so it should be interesting to see what adjustments they make out of the timeout.
And that's what's going to keep Memphis in this game, their guards, and the ability to just move off of screens, especially on the elbow. That's where they get most of their points from players like Tanielle Welch and Raven Sims. And obviously it would really help to have Dee Hageman, who we don't expect to see for quite some time for Memphis, a transfer coming from Michigan State, all Big Ten second team. But you can't worry about the what-ifs. You got to work with what you got. And Tanielle Welch is such an aggressive player, such a good slasher, and such a good story. Last year, or had a medical red shirt last season, and to come back from injury and to play how she's been playing, especially in the last game against Samford, it's been quite impressive.
It has indeed. The Tigers break their timeout a little earlier than the Cardinals do. If you're just now joining us, the Cardinals lead 25-14 with 8 minutes and 33 seconds to go in the second quarter. It was very competitive through the first. This second has been all Cardinals, and especially all Alex Richard. Whether it's off a offensive rebound, put-back layup, or it's off a mismatch, she gets an and one and converts on the free throw. It's been momentum swinging for the Cardinals, and basketball is a game of runs, and we are seeing the Cardinals go on one here in the second quarter. But a timeout from Alex Simmons, and the Memphis Tigers look to slow down that momentum using that timeout and look to get an offensive reset. You talked about the way that they score. They work a lot off ball screens on the wings and then handoffs, so it should be interesting if that's what they continue to go to. They get it in. Moving right to left is Eaton and the Tigers. She crosses the timeline on the right side of the court, working off Becky. She gets a screen, works to her right, drives, and they will reset once again. Hands off to Welch. She works off a screen. She has it at the top of the key, and will look to call for another one Now working is Bowler. She goes, drives, fought for a loose ball, comes into the hands of Welch. Her mid-range jump shot is no good, and the Cardinals plugging up the inside, not allowing anything easy.
That was a good transition from Elise Stuck. She had the switch on that play. It was a mismatch with her on Welch, but she was able to make it work.
They get it down low to Richard again. She thinks she has a mismatch. She's going to reset and give it to Becky at the top of the key. Working on Welch, she gets a screen from Johnson. A lot of trapping going on. Down low is Richards to Johnson. Johnson gets it as it is tipped up. Johnson on the right block. 27-14, the Cardinals extend their lead.
That's what good ball movement is going to get you. Ball State just passing it around until the clock goes down to single digits, and that's exactly what it's going to get you.
Good ball movement. The Tigers almost had them with 2 different opportunities to come away with a steal. Their aggressive defense continues, but it does not pay off that possession. The Tigers are in a bit of a slow start here to the second. They have gone scoreless so far through the first 2.5 minutes. They look to stop that. Sims out of the locker room, comes back and now is on the court. She works off a screen to her right, will drive and kick. Bowler in the corner now, drives baseline, loses her footing, has to get rid of it. Richards ends up with it for the Cardinals. Now Becky will drive baseline herself. She will throw a no-look pass. A foul will be called as she drove baseline, and it'll look like they will get an out-of-bounds play underneath the basket.
LJ, have you ever heard the quote, anything you can do, I can do better?
I have.
That's exactly what Ball State's doing right now with Allie Becky. She knows that if she drives inside, their bigs can't keep up with her speed. And she was able to draw some contact on that end line and got pushed out of bounds.
They get it now. Down low is Kiefer as she subbed back into the game. She has it at the top of the key. Gives it to Becky. Thinks about a three-pointer, goes to her right, now spins back to her left, goes behind her back and resets. Looks down low for Richards, unable to get it, and a foul is called as Richards tangled up down low with Cox. A lot of physicality. The refs, for the most part, I feel like have been letting him play.
They really have, and unfortunately for Memphis at this point, with what we've seen in the first quarter, that might be the only way you can stop Richard.
Becky with an very unusual three-point miss shot. The Memphis Tigers quickly moving, smoke a wide-open layup, and they are unable to convert even on the easy ones. The Cardinals quickly moving once again. Becky trying to get it back. A nasty step back. Falls over Sims, and the Cardinals extend their lead, 29-14 with 6:30 to go in the second.
There's just not much you can do if you're a defender. That was good defense by Raven Sims, but Allie Becky just makes it look so easy.
Sims working off a screen, dumps it down low where the help is brought. A travel will be called on Flumore and the Tigers. A very early sub for the freshman, Grace Kingery, coming into the game. We've seen her a couple times, but it's been in the fourth quarter. This is her first appearance in the first half for her Cardinal career.
Man, I'm excited. Grace Kingery coming from North Ridgeville High School, where she was the all-time scoring leader for both the boys and the girls with 1,300 points. So much hype here.
Let me tell you, she can shoot the ball very well. She is a threat from beyond the arc. Richards gets it and draws a lot of contact, and it'll be called a charge against the Cardinals in favor of the Tigers. And the Tigers get a much-needed stop. That is the momentum you need. We talked about how basketball is a game of runs. You need to get stops before you can go on runs, and the Tigers just got one there. Should be interesting to see how they execute. Pressure continuing to be applied by the Cardinals, and it is getting a lot of chirping going on down there between Sims and Becky. After Becky got the steal, goes out of bounds on Sims. And there is a lot of back and forth going between those two guards.
Did you mean to do that and incorporate the chirp?
I really didn't. I tried not to, but it just naturally happened. Another foul called on Sims. She is frustrated. The Tigers play fast and very aggressive, so with that comes physicality. The refs are starting to not necessarily get rid of that physicality a part of the game, but they are definitely, closing in on those calls, and so unable to play at their full physicality level. Richard gets it off the inbound. A foul goes on her. And now the Tigers are in favor of the call as they will get it. And they get another stop. They get a stop, and so now they have their opportunity as long as they can get the ball in bounds.
Because Memphis at this point, we're almost halfway through the second quarter. They haven't scored all quarter.
It's been impressive defense, and then also they've kind of been beating themselves up with missed layups and missed opportunities offensively. They get it in and across the court quickly, moving right to left. Drives baseline and spins out of it. Bowler has it at the top of the key. She's gonna work to her right and now left. Drives into a screen, and an illegal screen is called on the Tigers, and it'll go the other way. Unfortunate, as it looked like Bowler was ready to get a shot up and in scoring position, and so the Cardinal defense catches a break.
Marie Kiefer, she is the answer to Alasia Smith. She went off 28 points in the last game. And just some players, they just have an answer to them, and Marie Kiefer is the answer to Alasia Smith.
Kiefer's gonna fire up a three of her own. It does not go. And that's another air ball. A lot of them coming in the first half of this game from both teams, especially a lot of uncharacteristic shots from the Cardinals that just aren't falling. We've seen Becky airball, Stuck airball, and now Kiefer airball. And those are three shooters, especially Becky and Stuck, who usually will knock it down.
Yeah, Kiefer, 4 3-point attempts on the season now, but I want to see her pop it more.
Bowler fires a three of her own and knocks one down. The first bucket for the Tigers in the second quarter. Becky drives baseline and will reset at the top of the key with Johnson. Johnson finds Becky on the right wing. She goes between her legs and works left. No one guards her. Wrong on the switch. Miscommunication. The shot does not fall, and the Tigers catch a break.
That was good help defense, but just on the wrong player. That's where the miscommunication stems from.
Bowler drives in, and it is all ball in the hands of Grace. She drives in, gives it down low to Stuck. She goes up with it, draws a foul, and gets an opportunity to go to the line to shoot two. You see Bowler walking back and wondering why she doesn't have that same call down on the other side.
And that's the difference between Ball State and Memphis. On the fast break, the Cardinals are going to look for that extra pass. You saw the bounce pass right there. Memphis, on the other hand, they will go full steam ahead right down your throat. And surprisingly enough, Memphis just hasn't been getting the calls Ball State has.
Stuck's first free throw drops to the bottom of the net, and they are up to 30-17 in favor of the Cardinals with 4:35 to go in the second. Stuck's second free throw is up and drops through once again as another substitution, early substitution for the Cardinals. Once again, Haley Smith, someone you haven't seen this season unless it's been in the fourth quarter. She comes in, she has a lot of energy. Once again, Becky gets another steal off the inbound, gives it to Smith. She drives in right away. Her shot gets blocked by Bowler. Phenomenal help defense from the Tigers. Then they will quickly move. Driving in as well. She goes up with a very tough shot, a lot of contact. And it goes out of bounds off the Tigers. When the Tigers get an opportunity, it's not like their looks are bad. It's just been very rushed, and they look very intimidated, just timid as they drive into the paint.
Yeah, and I'm glad they're getting Tilly Bowler more involved. She got her first points of the game back there, and we saw her get involved defensively as she's the leading scorer of this Tigers team.
Johnson goes up and under, gets another bucket down low. MJ gets her 6th point of the night, 33-17 in favor of the Cardinals, just under 4 minutes to play. Driving into the paint, layup does not go for Sims, but she will get an opportunity to shoot free throws. Marie Kiefer down at the top of the key. She is very shaken up. She gets up on her own power, but slowly walking now as they line up for free throws. I'm not sure. I did not see what happened there. I assume it's off some sort of a screen, but looks like she is really banged up after that one.
Yeah, and that's just the downside of when you have a team like Memphis that will go full steam ahead up and down the court. You'll have these mishaps. Marie Kiefer does seem fine. She will stay in the game. I think she was just shaken up a little bit. She had to take a moment to kind of catch your breath. That's what you do when you play a team like Memphis. You kind of have to take those little moments to catch your breath.
No surprise that Sally leaves her in the game. Coach Sally, you know, I have not seen him be too worried about really many injuries, whether it's a tweaked ankle or someone shaken up a little bit. He's pretty tough, and his players show that here on the court as Kiefer, although shaken up, gets right back up. Second free throw drops through as well. 19-33 is the score with 3:49 to go in the second in favor of the Cardinals.
I'm going to be completely honest, just from stories I've heard, I don't know if that man's afraid of much of anything.
I don't know if he is either, and it's not like he's always super serious. He's also a funny guy, a great head coach for this women's basketball team at Ball State, and same thing goes for the Tigers. Johnson has it, now gives it. Grace's three-pointer is blocked. It looks like it was tipped. The ref says it was not tipped. A very interesting call, and it'll go in favor of the Tigers. Wow.
That might be one where you kind of have to look at the replay, and they're not going to do that. And yeah, you can hear the boos flooding in from this packed Cardinals crowd tonight.
A steal from Allie Becky, and Kingery now has it in her hands. She will give it back to Becky. Thinks about a three, sidesteps, and will drive into the paint. Takes a mid-range shot. That's a tough-looking shot. It does not fall. Becky's been struggling to get her points. She's made a very big impact in other ways, but right back the other way is Welch for the Tigers. 21-33, now only a 12-point lead for the Cardinals. Becky drives in and forces another tough shot. Fast-paced basketball going left and right and left and right. Welch has it, crosses over, and a foul is called on Becky. Frustration is shown from the Cardinals as they have been struggling to get the ball in the basket.
Yeah, Memphis, they're doing what IU Indy couldn't do in the last game, and they're making Allie Becky work for it down low, and I attribute most of that to Quinzia Fulmore. She's really making her work for it. Also, as a defender, Tilly Bowler, who I was mainly watching film on her offensive game. Very underrated defender in her 5th year, coming from Jackson State the last 4 years.
Yeah, if you recognize the name, it's because of last year in the tournament. You mentioned she played for Jackson State. They played UConn, a blue blood basketball school, whether you look on the men's or women's side, but they played UConn in the tournament, and she dropped 25 points on the Huskies. That is not easy for anyone to do, and that was a great addition for Alex Simmons this offseason.
Yeah, and we talk about basketball powerhouses. That's definitely one, UConn women's basketball.
Rebound from Kingery, and they will reset. Another shot does not fall, and more frustration is shown verbally from the Cardinals, but they will get an opportunity to inbound. The lead has been cut to 10, 23-33 with 2:31 to go here in the second. Stuck gets it, she drives. Ball goes off her shoe and is unable to get it, but the Cardinals will reset with Becky. She works off a screen to her right, driving. Flings one over in the corner to Grace Dortnery. Her three-pointer falls. Kingery from downtown. A phenomenal shot there from the freshman.
It was only a matter of time. She airballed the first one, but now she's getting a feel for it. That's how important it is to give your freshmen reps. Brady Salee knows that more than anybody.
Another travel on Flumore as she is struggling down low to keep her feet in Stuck.
Yeah, Cardinals are just clogging the paint with Stuck and Richard down low.
Kingery fires off another one. That one doesn't go. Rebound and a hard foul. A lot of contact. Becky ends up with it in her hands, and they will now inbound underneath their basket. This game is bringing a lot of beating for both teams. Every single loose ball, you see players flying after it, and it puts the Cardinals in the bonus to shoot 2 shots for Allie Becky.
Yeah, I think tonight after this game might be one of those nights where you hit the cold tub.
I think you might have to. If I was playing, I'd want to hit the cold tub for sure. Allie Becky does not get her first free throw to go. Her second does not fall either. The beating is showing at the free throw line. Quickly moving as Welch. Goes between her legs and crosses over and will reset brings it back out to the perimeter, working off a screen and drives. The pass is tipped, but falls into the hands and falls into the basket for Cox. A phenomenal catch and then adjustment to a bucket. The Tigers needed one inside, and they got one. Becky has it. Sidestep 3-ball. That one falls after missing the free throws, makes up for it from a shot from downtown. Allie Becky with a tough one. That is not easy.
You know, I find it funny how we've been kind of acting like Allie Becky's having an off day, but she has 10 points. She's in double digits in the first half. Even on her off days, she is just going off.
She has played really well, although not all of her shots have been able to fall. The impact she has had defensively has been shown, and I mean, she is giving it her all. Offensively, defensively, she has spread the ball very well, and then right there, knocks down a three-pointer. The Cardinals had a little bit of a slow-rolling offensive possession, past couple possessions. They finally get 6 in a row from the two guards, one from the senior Allie Becky, and then the other from the newcomer, the freshman, Grace Kingery. Knocked one from the left corner where Becky hit hers, but the Tigers have also been able to score a pretty good amount here in the second half of the second quarter.
Yeah, because that first half, we were almost halfway through. They hadn't scored any points, but since then, just in the last 4 minutes alone, 9 points scored. And Memphis, I attribute that mostly to their physical toughness. And Ball State, they're countering that with their newest sub, Tessa Towers. Towers, a transfer from Wisconsin. She came in at the end of the IU Indy game. 4 minutes played, 5 fouls.
I mean, that's impressive in its own. And one thing that she struggles with is when she has the ball, her feet, she kind of gets happy feet. She's traveled the first game that they played against Old Dominion, when she came in, right away she traveled. And so that's been an emphasis in practice, not moving those feet, staying calm, and that's just not playing timid basketball. And so her confidence has been growing. Her teammates have been encouraging her. Coach Sally has been hard on her, but in a good way. And so her game has improved drastically just in these past couple weeks. The confidence is showing, and now she's getting some good quality minutes here at the end of the second quarter.
Yeah, because you're looking at a player like Tessa Towers that could be deemed more of a prospect, more of a project type of player. But if you want to learn the game, if you want to learn how to be a great big man in this league, why not transfer the Ball State to Brady Sally's school for big players? And that's exactly what he's been able to do with, like, Alex Richard, for example, who came all the way from Butler. So, I mean, Brady Sally, he knows exactly what he's doing when it comes to coaching these taller players.
100% Roen. And I think it should be interesting to see how they involve her, if it's more defensively schematic or if they go offensively. Let me tell you, it is not easy to get around a Tessa Towers screen, and so I assume that they will be using those left and right. Another thing that we have not touched on yet is we have not seen Lachelle Austin, LA, at all in the second quarter. After the fouls came early in the first, she had back-to-back fouls, 2 fouls that is, and we have not seen her since. She's another person that racks it up on the scoreboard for the Cardinals, and so just missing another key player, they've still been able to put up 39 points. So they've had players step up in her absence, but the 2 early fouls has left her out of this game, and it's something to kind of take note of.
And it's smart by Brady Sally. You got to save your best players for the end of it. Memphis, they're a second-half team. We've seen it all year. We saw it in the Samford game. I don't know what Alex Simmons says in that locker room at halftime, but it's got to be something special. It's got to be something important, because this team just has a certain fire about them, especially in the third quarter.
Communication between the officials and both head coaches, Brady Sally and Alex Simmons, as they break back to their huddles. The ball will be placed underneath the Cardinals' basket. Not too sure what necessarily they were reviewing, but I am pretty sure it'll go, yeah, the Tigers will inbound and look to move right to left as they trail 25-39. They had a bit of a run, cut it down to 10, and the Cardinals responded with back-to-back threes. We resume action, and the Tigers get it in with a lot of pressure brought on them. A late whistle is called, there on Grace Kingery, but a lot of frustration is being shown from Alex Simmons. Very frustrated with her players and just the ability to, they are struggling to get the ball in. The Cardinals bringing a ton of pressure.
I mean, Alex Simmons, you could tell the frustration level is there. I could hear her yell all the way from up here.
Yeah, we are a ways away from her, and we could hear her loud and clear. No matter what, though, the Tigers will get an opportunity to shoot some free throws. The first one drops through. Look to go 2 for 2 for the first time today is Tamia Smith. The second one goes for the Tigers as well. Now 27-39, 12-point lead for the Cardinals with 1:20 to go in the second. Ransom has it. Will work off a Tessa Towers screen, now a stuck screen. She's gonna fire up a three. That one does not go. Fought for a loose ball, now in the hands of Welch, quickly moving. Now Bowler has it. She's gonna fire up a three. Does not get it to go. Fought for in an offensive rebound for the Tigers. Mid-range jump shot doesn't go. Fought for another offensive rebound for the Tigers.
Yeah, they forced Bailey Gilmore to take a shot that she was very much uncomfortable with. Great defense down low.
Another tough shot there on the left block for Flumore, unable to get it to go, and in the hands of the Cardinals. Stuck has it at the top of the key. She will give it now. Grace fires up another three. That one goes too strong and into the hands of the Tigers. A half-court bounce pass into the hands of Welch, and a block there from Kingery.
How about Grace Kingery holding her own? Tanielle Welch one-on-one. It's almost like a 100% bucket for Memphis, but not that time around.
Shot clock turned off. 12 seconds to go in the second. A 12-point lead for the Cardinals, and Becky has it. Calling for a double screen, she works off the stuck. Now has it. Will step back. A deep, deep three will go. Allie Becky sends the Cardinals to the locker room with a 42-27 lead. One from way, way out. And the Cardinals go in with all the momentum in the world as they lead 42-27 into the half.
Allie Becky, walk it off. You deserve it. No words need to be said. The way she just ran off of the court, and that's just such an unstoppable move. I don't get how you guard that if you're Memphis. I'm sure Alex Simmons saw it in tape and was just like, guys, just, I don't know what you say about that. I genuinely don't.
It was good defense by Tilly Bowler, and she's got length on her. She closed out like she needed to. That's just better offense from Allie Becky and the Cardinals. 42-27 is the score at the half. Don't go anywhere. Second half coverage and a halftime show will be coming right up on SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
American Pest Pros is the official pest control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your home or business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. Our pest control program is the safest and most effective in the industry. Even if you tried a different service and it didn't work, we'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, pay-per-go toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
Whether you're getting ready for the big game or getting ready for the workday, you always want to start with confidence. Cintas has the essential products and services to help businesses provide a clean, safe environment for their employees and customers. With routine restocking of essential cleaning, hygiene, and safety supplies, on-site cleaning, professional uniform laundering, and testing and inspection of fire equipment and systems. Give everyone the confidence they need to start their day. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
The Hampton Inn of Muncie is the official partner of Ball State Athletics. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. The Hampton Inn is one of Muncie's finest hotels. Come enjoy our free breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and fresh Hampton beds waiting for you. Less than a mile away from Ball State campus. Don't forget to ask about our Ball State special. Search Hampton Inn of Muncie online at munciesuites.hamptonin.com. At munciesuites.hamptonin.com.
Welcome back to Worthen Arena here at the half. 42-27 is the score as both teams are in the locker room. We saw the Tigers with a bit of energy, and they go on a run there at the back half of the second quarter, and they bring it down to 10 points, 23-33, and then the Cardinals go on a bit of a run, knocking down three-point shot after three-point shot, and we end up with an Allie Becky step-back three from the left wing. 42-27 is what we're at. Roen, it's been a fun first half.
It sure has, and I definitely attribute Ball State's big lead to Allie Becky. Even when she's not scoring, what she's doing defensively, making the hustle plays. She's been taking hard hits, too. I'm shocked she's been able to stay in this game with how many hits she's been taking, all the fouls she's drawn. And for Memphis, that first part of the second quarter, they were just shut down completely. No points, but I have to give credit where credit is due. That second half of the second quarter, they truly came back to form, scored 13 points, and now here we are. But still, maybe too little, too late in that quarter. Definitely not in this game. Still plenty of time to be played. And I'm sure Alex Simmons is hammering that in the locker room for Memphis. But for Ball State, they have a comfortable lead, but you can't let your foot off of the gas right now. This is not the time to do that. I think this third quarter should just be dedicated to damage control for Ball State, just making sure this doesn't get out of hand.
You know, I do not expect Brady Sally's squad to slow down at all. Something I did not expect for them to do is bring as much pressure as they have, full court pressing. They have picked up and not allowed the ball to get in a handful of times, one time forcing a timeout to be called before the 5-second violation. And then multiple steals from guards for the Cardinals. Once that ball gets in, they are trapping, and it is an aggressive trap, and they are not letting off the gas, like you said. And then also, Alex Simmons' squad, I do not expect them to come out without a bunch. I expect them to come out with a lot of energy, Roen. You talked about how they are a second-half team. We don't know what's being said in there, but whatever it is, it gets her players fired up and ready to go. So they are definitely not out of this one down by 15 at the half.
Yeah, I normally say that, yeah, they are a second-half team, and that's where the energy is going to come from, but easier said than done when you're down like this, 42-27, but also chances are we don't have an official injury update, but we will more than likely be without arguably their best player in Hannah Riddick, who's averaging a double-double. She went down in the early part of the game in the first quarter.
Yeah, that was a huge loss for this Tigers team. Like you said, a double-double off points and rebounds. So that's a huge miss, whether it's, defensive rebounds, but also on the O boards. They did a good job at the back half of the second quarter getting the offensive rebounds. The Tigers were able to box out and get plenty of second chance points or opportunities. A lot of the time they were unable to convert on those second chance opportunities, but if you can continue to get offensive rebounds and you're the Memphis Tigers, you give yourself a chance in this game. They were able to get stops for points in that second quarter, but those stops did not last too long as the Cardinals figured out how to splice up the defense of the Tigers.
Yeah, you said that basketball is a game of runs. I absolutely agree. But it's also a game of 50-50 balls, and that's been something that Memphis has struggled with in the past. And when you go without Hannah Riddick, your top rebounder, that's just even more unfortunate. And we look at the stats right now. Ball State has 8 offensive rebounds compared to Memphis's 3. If you only have 3 offensive rebounds in one half, you're on pace to only have 6 for the game. That is just not good business at all. That's just not how you win games, even remotely. With Ball State, Alex Richard has had her way down low. I was expecting it to be more so Marie Kiefer, which she's been able to do quite a bit down low. but it's been more so with Alex Richard. There was even one play, a putback play, where she got past 3 Tigers, and that's just what happens when you lose a player like Hannah Riddick. Also credit to Elise Stuck. Elise Stuck, she has been picked quite a bit on off-ball screens down low, and she's just unfazed. She either won't switch or she'll switch to a better matchup, and I'm just impressed.
Yeah, something to look at here at the half. Stat-wise, the Tigers' leading scorer is only 5 points, and it's from Raven Sims. And so you cannot have a leading scorer of 5 points. The ball's been spread pretty well. They have Bowler, who has 3, Eaton, who has a 3-pointer. Both those just coming off 3-point shots. You have Riddick, who was out of this game early. She had 3 herself, and then Fulmore, she has 4, and she's missed a handful of second chance opportunity points, and then just quick fast break like layups. They've missed a lot inside the paint, and so if they are able to clean up inside the paint and then also knock down their free throws, they did much better in the second quarter. They did not miss a single free throw in the second quarter. They are up to 9 for 12 on the evening, so if they can continue to hit their free throws, get to the line, and finish inside the paint, the Tigers are 100% in this game.
Yeah, we might not be getting our tater tots tonight. But for Ball State right now, the key for them is just keep doing what you're doing on the perimeter defensively. Memphis is a team, they work through handoffs. That's how they get their guards involved. That's why you see their top scorer is only at 5 points. You would expect Tilly Bowler to already be at 8, 9, or even 10 points. That's what you'd expect. Danielle Welch, the way she played in the last game, you'd expect her to be higher in the scoring margin. You could say Memphis is just spreading the love, but I really don't think that's the case. Really not. I'm not going to say not at all. They are playing with a lot more depth, a lot more variety to their offense. They're not really playing through one player. We probably won't see much of that until Dee Hageman comes back. She will definitely be the starting point guard for this Tigers team. But what Memphis does need to do, though, is go with what got you here at this point. Go with these screens on the elbow that we haven't seen as much. We saw it in the Samford game, and that's how Danielle Welch was able to just get a little bit of breathing room to put up even a teardrop.
It has been a swing of emotions for both sides, but the Cardinals lead 42-27 at the half. Don't go anywhere. Second half coverage will be covered right here on SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Ranked number 2 in the nation for sports media by the Broadcast Education Association.
This is Ball State SportsLink.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive Car Doc maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paint work on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
The best stories in Ball State sports, plus live broadcasts right in your timeline.
Follow us at BSU SportsLink.
The Hampton Inn of Muncie is the official partner of Ball State Athletics. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. The Hampton Inn is one of Muncie's finest hotels. Come enjoy our free breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and fresh Hampton beds waiting for you. Less than a mile away from Ball State campus. Don't forget to ask about our Ball State special. Search Hampton Inn of Muncie online at munciesuites.hamptonin.com. At munciesuites.hamptonin.com.
From the bell tower to your smartphone, anywhere in the world.
Never miss Ball State sports with SportsLink Digital.
So just how big is the Mammoth Pizza at Mancino's? How about a big 24-inch round pizza loaded with all of your favorite toppings? Made to order just for you when you call 287-1300. The perfect size for the big game, the next game, or any event that demands not only the best, but the biggest pizza you can order. And Mancino's is ready anytime. Call, wait 10 to 15 minutes, then head to Mancino's for pickup. Man, is it good. When a large pizza isn't enough, you need at least one Mammoth from Mancino's. So just how big is the Mammoth Pizza at Mancino's? How about a big 24-inch round pizza loaded with all of your favorite toppings? Made to order just for you when you call 287-1300. The perfect size for the big game, the next game, or any event that demands not only the best, but the biggest pizza you can order. And Mancino's is ready anytime. Call, wait 10 to 15 minutes, then head to Mancino's for pickup. Man, is it good. When a large pizza isn't enough, you need at least one Mammoth from Mancino's.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has a new, better flavor. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test. Starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
Standards. High standards. That's what sets teams apart. It's also what sets us apart at Pridemark Construction. We're not alone in holding our standards high. Ball State University is among those who do. That's why we're proud to sponsor the Ball State Athlete of the Week. High standards in everyday performance is everything in sport, as well as business. Join us in our pursuit of excellence. Join Pridemark Construction for your next building project and in our support of Ball State University's Athlete of the Week.
Whether you're getting ready for the big game or getting ready for the workday, you always want to start with confidence. Cintas has the essential products and services to help businesses provide a clean, safe environment for their employees and customers. With routine restocking of essential cleaning, hygiene, and safety supplies, on-site cleaning, professional uniform laundering, and testing and inspection of fire equipment and systems. Give everyone the confidence they need to start their day. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
The Hampton Inn of Muncie is the official partner of Ball State Athletics. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. The Hampton Inn is one of Muncie's finest hotels. Come enjoy our free breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and fresh Hampton beds waiting for you. Less than a mile away from Ball State campus. Don't forget to ask about our Ball State special. Search Hampton Inn of Muncie online at munciesweets.hamptoninn.com. At munciesweets.hamptoninn.com.
And welcome back to Worthen Arena as we get ready to start the second half, 42-27 in favor of the home team, the Ball State Cardinals, as the opponent, the Memphis Tigers, are trailing. It's been a game of runs. The Tigers went on a little one, but unable to close out the second half, the first half, the second quarter, the way they wanted to. Both teams have their starters out on the floor, except for the Tigers missing Hannah Riddick. In her place, Danielle Welch will come out, and the Cardinals start in a 2-3 zone, something we have not seen in the first half, but we did expect. In the corner, Bowler will fire up a three. It does not go, and in the hands of Becky. She gets it, throws it ahead of her to Stuck. She's going to have a open layup. Contact comes, the layup goes, no foul. And the Tigers quickly moving. Bowler beats the pack. She goes up with it and gets a layup of her own. Back-to-back layups on the left side of the block there.
30 seconds in and not much has changed. For both teams, it's bang, bang, bang with these fast break plays.
Johnson has it, gives it. Now working around, Austin has it as she's back into the game for the first time since the first quarter and those two fouls. She has it at the top of the key, fires off a three. That one rattles into the net and drops. 47-29 with 9 minutes to go in the third.
That's why you save L.A. Austin. You know, I didn't hear that nickname at all until today, and I'm glad you have it now ingrained in my mind.
It's a good one, and it flows off pretty well. The jumper from the Tigers does not go, and into the hands of Becky. Crossing the timeline, moving right to left now are the Cardinals in white with red and gray trim, and the defense, the Tigers in black with blue trim. Working around the perimeter, Austin has it, now gives it to Stuck. She jabs, finds a wide open Ball State center down there. It's Marie Kiefer with the bucket on the right block, 49-29.
See, all eyes were on Allie Becky on the right side. She was cheating off to the right, and that gave Marie Kiefer just an open lane.
A tough jumper does not go. A lot of physical contact down low, and a foul is called, I believe, on the Tigers, and that will go on Fulmore as it went out of bounds on the Cardinals. On the Tigers. Little miscommunication between the officials, but it'll go into the hands of Kiefer, and she will inbound and get it into Austin.
I don't think either side knew what was going on at that point.
Austin working off a Johnson screen, now to her right. Gives it Stuck. She's going to fire off a three. That one goes off the back rim and does not fall.
I want to see her shoot that more often, because I love that she has the confidence to do it. You really don't see it too often, but that adds so much to this offense if she's able to pop a three like that.
Eaton finds a cutter and a tough finish. Good pass, and Fulmore gets the bucket to go for the Tigers, 31-49. Three with 7:40 to go in the third, and a drive from Austin quickly denied there from Fulmore. Getting a bucket on the offensive end and then getting a block on the defensive end.
And it's good to see Memphis getting on the boards with these blocks. Going into this game, 7 blocks in 3 games, not that many, and Fulmore is their leading blocker. Only half a block a game leads the team.
They get it into Kiefer. It goes short and rebounded with the Tigers. Quickly pushing now in the corner. Drives baseline is Sims. She kicks it top of the key now is Cox. She's going to drive in. Kicks right back out there to Welch. Welch working off a screen. Finds in the corner is Eaton away from the ball. A foul will be being called on Cox for the Tigers. And Johnson able to draw another one there on the rebound. The Cardinals get it in barely. Becky splits 2 defenders and drives now on the left side of the court. Gets it to LA, and the Cardinals will reset. Stuck has it. Working off a screen, driving. Gets it. LA wide open from 3. She pump fakes, gets a defender to jump. Finds a cutting Stuck. Her jump shot from the baseline goes 51-31.
That's why you don't settle for threes. Even though she can pop it easily, 38%, that's why you got to drive in.
Becky finds a cutting Stuck and one for the Cardinals, and an opportunity for Stuck to get 3 at the line. It all started with Allie Becky taking the contact and forcing a steal. It ends up in the hands of Kiefer. She gives it right back to Becky. Becky with the vision to find a cutting Stuck, and the Cardinals are rolling on the offensive side.
The main focus for Ball State in this first half has been let Becky facilitate and let the big men do what they do best, and that is score down low. That's exactly what's happening with Elise Stuck, who is already at 5 points in this quarter.
Foot has not come off the gas for the Cardinals. Sims working off a screen to her left. She gets it there to Welch. Welch drives baseline between a lot of defenders, and it ends up in the hands of Becky. Becky does not see Eaton there, who almost got a steal. Still ends up in the hands of Becky. Stuck fires up a 3 and knocks it down. Oh my goodness, she's up to 16 on the night, 8 of them coming in the last 3 minutes. 57-31 with 6:15 to go, and with that momentum, it carries over to defense miscommunication for the Tigers, and the Cardinals force a turnover.
And for Elise Stuck, it's now back-to-back games where she's either tied her career high previously or broken it. 16 points. Going into this game, her career high over at Michigan was 11.
Smokes that one. LA step back 3. Everything is falling. The basket is wide tonight here in Muncie, Indiana. LA Austin knocks down the step back. They are up to 60. 60-31. It is all Cardinals here in the second half. Working off the screen as Welch. Gets it into the corner, finds a cutter. Fulmer goes up with it. Their basket not as wide, it's pretty narrow. That one rattles in and out and into the hands of Becky. She gives it. Kiefer thinks about a three, gives it to the hot hand. Stuck has it. Drives to the right side. It is stolen and knocked out of bounds off the hands of Cox for the Tigers. And the Cardinals will inbound underneath their basket with 19 seconds to go on the shot clock, 5:27 to go in the game clock of the third quarter.
And what we're seeing so far in the third quarter for Ball State, with the feeling, when you're hot, you're hot. That ball is probably feeling like a golf ball going into a regular size hoop. And for Memphis, it's probably like an exercise ball going into inside a regular size hoop.
Allie Becky misses the three, gets her own rebound along the baseline, floats it up, and the Cardinals have doubled the Tigers' score 62-31. With 5:11 to go in the third quarter, they are all on the gas now. Welch gets the double team, gives it to Cox. She has an open lane. She drives. The layup rattles around the front of the rim. It is players diving all along the floor. And a media timeout has been called, and it's out of bounds off the Tigers and in the hands of the Cardinals. When we come back from the timeout, we will be right back here on SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. Welcome back to Worthen Arena. The air guitar cam is up. Roen's strumming the guitar pretty hard, and it's been a fun one to call so far. A lot of excitement from both sides, but especially here in the second half. The third quarter, we are just over 5 minutes into this one as 4:59 is on the clock. The Cardinals already have put up 20 points. Unreal start for the Cardinals. We talked at halftime. Will they come out with their foot on the gas, Roen? What do you think the answer of that one is?
Well, there's only one way to put it. Ball State in the third quarter outscoring Memphis 20-4. I pretty much gave up on that air guitar thing. I don't think they're going to recognize me, and I look pretty stupid. But moving on, this Cardinals team, the way they've been able to shoot the three and get open looks from three. Lachelle Austin has a three of her own. Allie Becky, we've really seen her more in a facilitation type of role, getting players like Elise Stuck involved. And Elise Stuck, even like she's been hitting threes as well, and it's due to the fact that she adds so much to this offense with the pick and pop game. And Stuck has been getting involved heavily. She has a new career high 16 points. 16
for Stuck, 15 for Becky, and then 11 for LA Austin. And she's barely played at all. And so a phenomenal job from those three seniors, two of them being transfers this year. A lot of new faces, but the same results have been coming for the Cardinals, looking for back-to-back years, starting the season 3-0, and it is looking pretty good so far. The Tigers need to come out of this timeout with some energy and just pride. You got to compete, and that's what they look to do for the rest of this one. 62-31 is the score, 4:59 to go in the third. It's not like it's been ugly basketball, though, overall. Yes, the Tigers have missed some easy ones, but so have the Cardinals. And so that you kind of see that in general. The Tigers they came out of halftime with some good buckets right away, but the Cardinals have just stepped right on it after those 4 points of the Tigers.
And in a way, when you're shooting so well, it carries over to the defense, because Memphis, when they see Ball State just drilling these three-pointers, drilling really every shot, it adds a sense of fear into them on offense.
Allie Becky gets her first sit on the bench of the night, and Austin will cross the timeline, moving right to left. Ransom has it on the right wing, looking for a cutting stuck, doesn't get it into her, gets it into the hands of a Tiger. They are quickly moving left to right. Bowler has it. She's not going to get contested on a three-pointer, and she knocks it down. A quick three for the Tigers, and they will quickly apply some pressure, make the Cardinals work for it. And a foul is going to go against Raven Sims, as it is tough not to foul when you are picking up man-to-man full court. You got to stay in front of them with your hands off. Easier said than done.
Yeah, and there's no surprise with Tilly Bowler that both of her shots have been three-pointers, and they need to get her more involved. 6 points. She's hitting her shots. She's been good on defense. Even with L.A. Austin being the player she's guarding, she's been good. They need to get her more involved on offense.
Richard goes up with it and spins onto the right block and gets that one to go. A tough finish off the knee, now off the inbound pass of Sims. Everything is going wrong for the Tigers.
Memphis, they're a team that they like to clog the paint usually, but so far in this third quarter, what I've seen, like what we saw right there, was just one-on-one isolation in the paint, Richard on Cox, and there's not much Cox can do about it with Richard spinning her way in.
Another bucket in the paint, this one going Marie Kiefer's way. The Cardinals will continue to put their foot on the gas. They get a foul called on the full court press. That one going on Ransom, Zuri Ransom, the freshman. 66-34, just under 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. Sims has it on the right wing, now gives it to Bowler. Bowler will look down low. She calls for a screen instead, moves to her left, and now back to her right. Looks to take a shot. That one is stripped away. A deep three will go from Sims. That one is strong and rebounded in the hands of Austin. Austin with a lobbed pass right into the hands of Stuck, and Stuck is up to 18 points after the layup finished on the right block.
And that was smart by Elise Stuck. She didn't really take a play off on defense, but she saw ball was on the other side of the court. There's my opportunity. Go cross court. Easy bucket.
Eaton has it in her hands. More of a three-point shooter. She takes a mid-range step back. That one falls, and a quick timeout is called for the Tigers. You know, that is someone that we talked about. Eaton, Elena Eaton shoots the three-point shot so well, and she has only taken 2 this game. 1 have fall. 1 of them has dropped through. Other than that, she has really struggled to get the looks that she likes to get.
Yeah, and I think I attribute that with Ball State, which is how good they've been on the perimeter. They are not letting these handoffs. They're not getting past these screens. Or I'm saying, well, what I should say is that they are getting past these screens. They don't even have to switch. And I'm not saying these are bad screens by Memphis. I'm just saying Ball State, they have a good basketball IQ for it. And talk about pedal to the metal. Brady Sali already bringing Allie Becky into the game. She took her only break of the game. Didn't last very long, LJ.
No, it did not, and that's kind of how the Ball State Cardinals roll. Allie Becky does not get a sit too often, and when she does, you better take advantage and get those sips of water in, because you are coming right back in no matter what the score is. Whether they are up by 100, down by 100, or this is a tie ball game, you are not sitting for too long, and Allie Becky knows that. And she is the reason why they are killing it tonight, not only in the scoring aspect with 15 points, but she has been distributing the ball. Whether they have landed an assist or not, she has been loose ball everywhere. She has been diving on the floor, getting steals. She even has a block tonight. All over the stat sheet and all over the court. She has checked off every single box you could possibly look for in a leader and a point guard.
Allie Becky is the perfect player to play through if you're Ball State. And that's how they got off to this early third quarter start. Her court vision is unreal. The way she's able to see open players. There have been a couple of times when she's been at the top of the key or on the elbow, just on the perimeter in general, where she'll be double teamed. I don't know how she'll see a player across court, but she'll be able to make the pass. Defensively, she's made her mark on this game. And although obviously we still have a lot of time left, 3:11 left in the third quarter, Cardinals up by 32. Still a lot of time left, but even if she doesn't really make her mark scoring-wise, I don't think Ball State has this lead without her.
100%. She has played a huge factor. So have the bigs. They have done a good job. I want to highlight Alex Richard. She has been very scrappy. That's how she plays. She sets good screens. She doesn't always show up on the stat sheet. Tonight she has. She has 9 points, plenty of rebounds to come with it, and a bunch of loose balls that she has dove on. And defensively, she has done a good job. Only 2 fouls coming her way tonight. When they like to work inside and when they get it in there, it is tough not to foul. You have to wall up and play straight up defense, and that's what she has done tonight. The Cardinals are executing on almost every level you would want them to.
Yeah, Memphis only 3 offensive rebounds in this entire game, and little news flash, all of those came in the first half. This has been all Ball State in this third quarter, 3:11 left.
68-36 with 3:11 left in the third. Like you just said, the Cardinals will inbound and move right to left, full court press from the Tigers. They get it into Stuck. She gets it over to Kiefer. Kiefer now isolated and picked up. They give it to Becky as she works off a Kiefer screen. Becky with a one-arm pass gives it back to Kiefer and into the hands of Bolden. Bolden picks up her dribble early, nowhere to go with it, finds a cutting Stuck. Stuck making something out of nothing, unable to finish the left-handed layup and into the hands of Sims. Sims is not going to slow down. She's going to go all the way. Richard thought that she got all ball, but the shot goes up, does not fall, but Sims is earned with a trip to the free throw line.
I can't say how impressed I am with Elise Stuck. Just back there, and a lot of times in this game, she's been forced to take shots that she probably isn't comfortable taking. Even the three-pointer she drilled earlier, but she still takes these shots, and she's up to 18 points. If we're thinking grand scheme of things, Elise Stuck is having the best game of her career so far.
It definitely feels like it, and she is playing with a bunch of confidence. Sims, who has played her heart out tonight, knocks down the first free throw. We've talked about it. She is so good going downhill. That's exactly what she just did. Earned herself with a trip to the line, knocked down the first free throw, and she has just done a phenomenal job at getting opportunities at the free throw line. Unable to hit on the second, but she plays hard offensively and defensively. Her missed free throw results in a Allie Becky rebound and full court pass into the hands of Sydney Bolden, who finishes on the right side.
I mean, that's just a defensive lapse of judgment to have Lakin Cox on her, and Bolden's way faster. That's why she's able to get cross court so quickly.
Bowler's three-pointer is short and missed. Once again, it's going to be no dribbles on that possession. That is good fundamental basketball right there from the Cardinals. It was Becky with the rebound, full court pass down to Sydney Bolden, and she gives up the extra pass. A good shot for a great one to Elise Stuck. She's up to a 20 bomb. Another full court pass from Becky to Sydney Bolden. This one just a little bit too far, having a little bit too much fun, and it results in a turnover. A deep three-pointer goes. There it is. Elena Eaton finally knocks one down. And lazy defense. Becky to Bolden. Down low to MJ Johnson. 74-40 with 1:30 to go. And on the other end, man, I cannot catch a break here, Roen. Finishes with the left hand is the Tigers. That was Talia Smith, who averages only 1 point on the season. She gets 2 right there. Quickly going in transition is the Tigers again. That one blocked by Becky. Back and forth and back and forth. This is a fast-paced game. Becky gives it up. Bolden's three-pointer for the Cardinals doesn't go. Fought for a loose ball. Johnson unable to come up with it. And into the hands of Tilly Bowler.
Here you go, LJ. I'll give it to you this way. Ball State, at this point, the reason why they're able to get players across court so quickly, it's plain and simple. Memphis, they're tired. And you could tell by the way, even on offense, obviously they're going isolation in the final minute to give Raven Sims the best look possible, but they're tired.
Sims gives it up. A three-pointer from Smith is short and will bounce out of bounds with 34.6 seconds to go, so not quite enough time to turn off the shot clock, but the Cardinals will have an opportunity, not necessarily to close out the quarter, but they will be able to dwindle the time down. 25 seconds now, 21 on the shot clock. They're going to take an early one. Zuri fires off a three. Ransom does not get it to go, and into the hands of the Tigers. Welch has it at the top of the key, and they will hold for the last shot, as they should do. Welch goes off a screen with 10 seconds now. Drives in, kicks to Smith. Smith drives in. She goes up with it. Her shot is blocked by Kiefer. Phenomenal defense inside the paint for the Cardinals with 4.3 seconds to go.
It was only a matter of time before we called Marie Kiefer's name down low with a rejection.
They get it into Bowler. She's going to have it. Quick catch and shoot three, doesn't go. Fought for a loose ball into the hands of Ransom, but the time expires in the third quarter, 74-42 at the end of three. As we get ready for the fourth quarter, we are going to take a quick break. You have been listening to SportsLink digital broadcast of women's basketball presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
American Pest Pros is the official pest control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. Our pest control program is the safest and most effective in the industry. Even if you tried a different service and it didn't work, we'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, pay-per-go toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
American Pest.
As we are back from break here on SportsLink Digital Radio, I am your play-by-play LJ Shrieve. To my right, my color for this evening's women's basketball broadcast, Roen Elbert. Roen, it's been a fun one so far, a lot of energy. The Tigers have not been able to execute in a lot of different ways, and the Cardinals have. That's why they lead 74-42, 10 minutes on the clock, as we got a final quarter of basketball to play.
Memphis has been getting beat in their own game. The pregame was all about pace of play, pace of play. The Tigers last year were 40th in the nation in pace of play. And in Alex Simmons' second season as head coach, or second season at the helm, you expected that to be even higher. And that's what we've gotten for the early half of the season. But Ball State is beating them at their own game. You could tell watching this Memphis team and going into this fourth quarter, they're tired. You look at the scoreboard, you're down by 32, and you're just thinking, if you're a Tiger, you're thinking, why are we even here? I mean, we got to pack up the bags. That's what you don't want to hear if you're the head coach of Alex Simmons. But the thing is, Ball State, these cross-court passes, they are making Memphis tired, and that's how they got the majority of their points in the third quarter. Elise Stuck or Sydney Bolden, one of the two. They go across court after a free throw, or if the ball is on the opposite side of their end of the floor, and they know that they don't need to do much more on defense, they will hustle all the way back and get an easy bucket.
Yeah, we saw, it looked like a pickup game out here. It looked like a game in the rec that I've seen. Allie Becky was throwing full court pass after full court pass. Happened 4 possessions in a row. And I think 3 out of the 4, if I'm remembering correctly, resulted in a bucket for the Cardinals, so it ended up working out. But man, even though the Tigers are down 74-42, that doesn't matter. They are going to keep that pace going. And so even if the Cardinals get an open layup, that ball is coming right back out, and the Tigers are going to get one of their own. And so it's going to be a fast-paced fourth quarter. No matter what the scoreboard says, both teams are ready to go out and compete. You got to compete no matter what the score is. Control what you can control. And we are ready, under 10 minutes now, to play in the fourth and final quarter. The Cardinals will move right to left. Becky gets it and will go off a double screen. Gets it down low to Richard. She's unable to get it. Misses the putback chance. Tipped out of bounds by the Tigers. And the Cardinals will get a third look at their offense.
And credit where credit is due with Ball State. Alasia Smith, who was so incredible for Memphis, who just checked back into the game, she has been a non-factor. Only 0 points. 0 points? I'm reading that correctly. 0 points and 4 fouls. She's been taken out of this game quickly, and the Tigers putting her back in where it's do or die.
Smith averaging 15 points on the season, and so for her to have 0, that's props to the Cardinal defense. LA goes in for the take. It is blocked, and here come the Tigers. Quickly moving as well. She gets to the right block. She leaves her layup just a bit too strong, as the Cardinals will throw it ahead. Cross the court comes Allie Becky. She goes up with the left hand. That one is too easy. She finishes 76-42.
I'm sorry, that's lazy defense. I'm sorry. Allie Becky just had her way. Just a lax defensive effort for the Tigers.
And a deep 3 there from Eaton. Once again, if you do not step up on her, she is going to make you pay, and she knocks it down from way downtown.
And now she's finding her groove. She hit her first 3 of the game in the last quarter, but maybe too little too late.
Allie Becky gives one right back in the face of the Tigers, 79-45. Just under 9 minutes to play in the fourth. That one comes from the left wing. Welch has it now for the Tigers, working off a screen to her right. She gives it now with the ball is Eaton. She's going to reset the offense on the right side, now moves to the middle. She goes between her legs. Backs down Becky, looks to take a shot, unable to do so. They give it to Smith. Smith goes up with it, leaves it too short, and in the hands of Richards. Richard who hands it to Becky. Allie has it working off a Kiefer screen. They have a mismatch down low. They're gonna give it to Ransom. She gives it to Richard. Richard looking, unable to find her. Becky will reset with 13 seconds on the shot clock. Becky drives in, goes up and under. Foul is called, as it was a lot tangled up with the hands right there. She will be earned a trip to the line with 8:03 to play in the fourth.
And right now for Ball State, you have Allie Becky at the line. If she's able to hit these free throws, she would surpass her season high. I know Rory in the third game, but 21 points against IU Indy, 20 points on the day so far. And she's been able to stay out of foul trouble. That's what keeps her in this game. Only 1 foul to her name.
She's up to 21, so has tied that, and she has done such a good job tonight. 21 points, 9 assists, along with 9 rebounds. She is 1 assist away and 1 rebound away from a triple-double, Roen.
And also 3 steals away from a quadruple-double.
That would be unreal. She has played so well tonight as she knocked down both of them, so she's up to a season high of 22. Quickly driving along the baseline is the Tigers. Another shot there from Eaton. She will make you pay from mid-range and beyond the arc. Knocks down another, 47-81. Austin has it, working off a screen now. She will dribble to her right. Gets rid of it as she hits the deck, down low to Towers. Towers goes up with it, unable to do so. Becky looked for her 10th rebound, cannot get it. Loose ball foul will go on Allie Becky. And that is the first team foul of the quarter. The Tigers will inbound underneath the Cardinals basket.
Tessa Towers looked really good on that possession. We talked about her maybe having happy feet and she travels quite a bit. That's an opportunity where a lot of players probably would, but it was the perfect pivot move to get the open shot, just couldn't hit it.
Once again, Eaton has it. She's gonna drive, kick. Now on the opposite wing is Bowler. She's gonna give it down low to Smith. Smith's mid-range jump shot drops through, and that's a tough one to hit, but she knocks it down 49-81 with 7 minutes to play in the fourth. Austin has it at the top of the key, gives it Ransom. Looking for a cutting. Towers, unable to get it to her. Gives it to Becky at the top of the key now. Becky swings it. Now Austin has it. Left wing, she's gonna drive into the paint. She goes up with it. Not enough on that one. Tipped out of bounds off the Cardinals and will go Memphis' way.
And look at Tessa Towers. She's basically just camping in the paint, waiting for a rebound to come her way, and Memphis was prepared for it. They had 2 girls on her.
Bowler has it, now gives it to Welch. Welch gives it at the top of the key. They will reset now with Williamson. Williamson gives it. 3-point shot, thought about, step back. That one drops through again. What a shot from Eaton. Oh my goodness. It's late in this one and a little too late, but she is heating up and shooting at a high clip. Ransom looks to return the favor, unable to do so. Becky gets her 10th rebound of the game. She's got a double-double. Becky has it in the corner, looking for the triple-double. There it is, Allie Becky with her 10th assist, and it goes to her senior roommate, Marie Kiefer. As she finishes 83-52 is the score with just under 6 minutes to play. Becky's up to a triple-double. And a finish for the Tigers goes on the right block. 54 now, 83. A good ball movement possession there for the Tigers results in a good bucket. Becky has it, thinks about a three, unable to get it. Looking down low, a lot of defensive pressure is brought and a timeout is being forced into the hands of Coach Brady Sally as they take one with 5:30 to go. The Cardinals lead 83-54.
And that's the thing I'm curious about if I'm Brady Sally. When is enough enough? I mean, I get it. Allie Becky, an incredible achievement right there, a triple-double. But at the same time, you got 5:28 left. I wonder how much longer we'll see Becky in the game. And the only reason I wonder that, maybe this is her curtain call right here, but that quadruple-double is still in play. I mean, 3 steals in 5 minutes, that would be, I'm not going to call it a miracle, but it just wouldn't quite seem feasible. But you can never really say that with Allie Becky, can you?
No, it's definitely not completely out of reach, but I do not see that happening, especially with the pressure being let off. The Cardinals are flowing on all cylinders, and how amazing is that? A triple-double for your senior point guard here, has a new season high of 22 points, along with 10 rebounds and 10 assists, the 10th rebound and assist coming on that last possession. That was beautiful from the senior guard. And then outside, obviously, we've talked a lot about her and how much she's impacted this game. But it's been a team effort for the Cardinals. You have Elise Stuck, who has her new career high, and it comes in a Cardinal uniform. She's got 20 on the night. She's played phenomenal. And then especially off the ball, Alex Richards done a phenomenal job. And then you obviously have Malaya Johnson. She's done a phenomenal job. It's been a total team effort for the Cardinals tonight, and they are and that has been shown in the results on the scoreboard as they have 83, and there's still 5:30 to go in the fourth.
If I'm a Ball State fan, you got to be extremely excited, not only to beat a team that was kind of a sleeper in the AAC this year, was 7th in the preseason poll, but I thought maybe that was a little too harsh on the ranking. But you do all of that without Madeline Bischoff. I mean, that's kind of the elephant in the room. We don't know when we'll see her back, as she was preseason All-MAC second team. She was All-MAC third team last season. The fact that we're seeing this kind of output, a 30-point lead without Bischoff, man, the sky's the limit for this Ball State team. They are just flowing, and they are firing on all cylinders. Allie Becky, scoring-wise, 22 points. Nothing too out of the ordinary, but this is one of, if not the best game of her collegiate career, just because of her facilitation. Also on defense, 7 steals. I mean, man, and the fact that you can have 10 turnovers, 10 plus turnovers, or 10 plus assists, I should say, with only 2 turnovers is quite impressive for Allie Becky. Obviously, she had 36 points. That's her career high in points against Central Michigan, but I would say this might be the best game of her time here at Ball State.
Yeah, you mentioned it as well. You know, we don't see Madeline Bischoff, who has a concussion, and that happened a while back, and the Cardinals have been very slow with bringing her back. It was a pretty serious concussion. They have done a great job with that. She has been at practice a couple times since then, but has been a non-contact, has just been doing conditioning work, and so that is what we've seen that is what we have seen from her. She has not been in contact. It's just been a lot of up and down running and away from the ball for a bit. But yeah, she is a key player for this Ball State team and someone to add. Now they get back. They get it into Towers. Towers goes up with it a bit too strong, but rebounded by Bolden. The Cardinals will reset with 5:15 to go in the game. Only 3 on the shot clock. Ransom's going to have to shoot a crazy one. She gets it off, doesn't get it to go. Rebound from Towers. Finds a cutting Ransom. And that one rattles through. Good work from some of the newcomers here in Muncie, Indiana.
Look at the dominance of Tessa Towers. She one-handed that ball on the rebound.
Welch has it working off a screen, gives it Bowler, looking down low, unable to find anyone. Works to her left, she drives in, goes up with it, unable to get that one to go, and another rebound for Towers into the hands of Ransom. Moving right to left quickly are the Cardinals. They will reset and work with a screen from both left and right. She chooses to go off her right, gives it now. Down low is Towers, pass just a bit too far out of reach. Off the hands of Tessa Towers and out of bounds with 4:30 to go. The Cardinals lead 85-54.
But that's the look you want. That's the definition of pick and roll. That's what you're going to get with Tessa Towers.
Welch has it at the top of the key, gives it Bowler. Bowler looking down low on the right wing, gets it in. It is tipped back out from Kiefer, and the Tigers will reset. Gives it over Eaton, thinks about a shot, doesn't take it, works off a screen now. She's going to drive in, goes up with it, and one. A tough finish with the left hand, and a tough finish with the finger roll. Eaton making her impact shown here in the fourth quarter. She's up to 20 points tonight. We talked about no one really standing out this far. Well, Eaton has definitely stood out in the fourth quarter, a bit too late, but nonetheless, she has given the fans some good basketball to watch on the other side.
Yeah, Lana Eaton, a transfer from Ole Miss, played 50 games in 2 seasons. She did start her collegiate career at Arkansas, didn't see the court, and just to get the opportunity that she's gotten in her first season at Memphis, the Tigers got a good one.
Ransom finds a cutting Towers and a beautiful pass, threading the needle. Results in another bucket down low. Welch quickly, pull up, Jay goes on the right wing. 58-87 with just under 4 minutes to play in the fourth and final quarter. Ransom has it at the top of the key, gives it to Smith. Smith over to Bolden. Bolden now at the top of the key, fires off a three. Kingery does not get that one to go. Loose ball results in the hands of Smith. She gets it back. Bowler thinks about a three, drives in, finds Towers once again, and Towers on the right block. Finishes once again. They are figuring out how to get her involved, and she has done so in such a good job. A quick layup on the other end for Welch on the right side of the block. 60-89 with 3 minutes and some change to go.
Going back to that last play, most players, they settle for just a floater, but Bolden was able to make that extra move to find Towers, and it was a tight pocket under the basket. That was a great pass.
They're going to have to fire off a three. That one doesn't go. Loose ball fought for, but in the hands of Welch, and a foul goes on Zuri Ransom as she hits the deck pretty hard. Malaya Johnson will sub back in. Something to note. So right now, Haley Smith is in, one of the sophomore guards. Her twin sister, Olivia Smith, also plays for the Cardinals. I don't have the stat for you on how many twins play on the same team in women's college basketball as the other. Olivia Smith now goes to the desk to check in. I don't know how many it is, but I would guess it's not a lot. That's impressive stuff, and they are key energy players for this Cardinal team. They bring it every single practice, and they are a huge reason why their offense executes at the level that they do.
Yeah, it's definitely a rarity. I'll walk on campus, I'll see one of them, and to this day, I don't know which one I'm seeing.
And neither, I practice with them almost every day. I have no clue which one's which until I see their number 30 and 31. Both teams get a layup in their last possessions, 2 minutes and 15 seconds to play in the fourth. The Tigers now have it. They drive into the paint. It is a loose ball into the hands of Ransom. She goes Euro step, gives it up, and a finish down low for Grace Kingery. A timeout to get a sub in. Zuri Ransom comes out, and in comes the other twin, Olivia Smith.
And the reason why I think Olivia and Haley have such bright futures here at Ball State, they were meant to be here due to the fact that where they've come from. Fishers High School in Indiana, they played in the HCC, which in my opinion might be the toughest conference in the state of Indiana. I mean, you even look also at Alex Richard for Ball State. She comes from the HCC at Avon High School, and look at how that's helped her translate.
At the top of the key now, looking down low, they get it in. A foul will go. That one against Olivia Smith. Just a little bit too handsy down low. Nonetheless, it'll result in an inbounds play for the Tigers. Welch will look to inbound. Looks for a cutter. They get it in. A mid-range jump shot drops through the net and falls. That's Williamson with the bucket, and she gets her first points of the night. Now Bolden has it for the Cardinals, moving right to left. Johnson has it at the top of the key, gives it to Smith. Now over to Olivia Smith on the left wing. Finds a cutting Johnson, a phenomenal pass, unable to get the finish. Now finds a cutting Smith. She gets her first points of the season. Haley Smith finishes on the left block. 95-64 with 1:20 to go in the fourth. A wild layup does not go, rebounded by Sydney Bolden. Moving right to left with 1:10 to go now. 95-64 remains the score. Looking for a cutter, does not get it. A high pass off the hands of Olivia Smith and out of bounds. It'll go Memphis's way.
And this is interesting with Alex Simmons. The fact that she still has players like Alasia Smith and Danielle Welch still in this ball game, it just shows her and this team, her overall grit. With under 1 minute left to play, you're down by 31.
Working off the screen is Welch. Her mid-range jump shot does not go, bounces to the left side and rebounded by Smith. They will get a foul called against the Tigers. Their team second. Olivia Smith will inbound with 43 seconds to go. The Tigers remain in their full court man-to-man press. Bolden will cross the timeline, moving right to left. She looks for Johnson, unable to get it to her. Gives it up to Smith. Smith now finds Kingery on the left wing. Gives it now to Olivia Smith. Olivia Smith will drive to her right, drives in, floats one up, leaves it a bit short. Not out of bounds, though. Fought for along the baseline and into the hands of the Tigers. A tough pass and a tough catch there for Welch. She gets it, goes up with it, unable to get it, goes up with it again, and a foul is called with 7.4 seconds to go. And Welch will get an opportunity to shoot 2 free throws.
And at this point, you're just prolonging the inevitable. With Welch going to the free throw line, she has a chance to get into double digits, but when you lose by 30, does that really mean much of anything?
The Tater Tots will not go for free tomorrow for Cardinal fans as she hits the first and hits the second. 7.4 seconds to go. The inbound is in, and the Cardinals, the ball will be knocked out of bounds by the Tigers as they continue their full court press. They will not let off until the final whistle. Sydney will have it, and the time will expire. 95-66 is the final. The Cardinals win this one in an impressive win over a very good and well-coached team in the Tigers.
Yeah, and I thought that last 30 seconds, I thought that was a little unnecessary from Memphis. But hey, I mean, Alex Simmons, she is a player's coach, and she told them more than likely, fight until the end. And they took that quite literally, even the final 3 seconds. And although it may have been a little bit unnecessary, I do respect the grit from this Tigers team.
You have to respect it. You want to play till that final whistle, no matter the score. That's what you want as a coach from your players, and that's what she got. The result did not end in their favor, though. The Cardinals jumped to 3-0 for the second consecutive year. Allie Becky has a triple-double. The future is bright here in Muncie.
Indeed it is, and I thought you were about to ask me who the player of the game was. She's such a difference maker that although Ball State won by 30, and yes, this was very much a team effort, I think this ends up being a very tight ball game if Becky's not in the mix. That's just the impact she has. She nearly had a quadruple double, 7 steals as well. And going into this game, Allie Becky was averaging 3 steals a game. I'm not very good at math, but I'm sure that definitely upped the average quite a bit, even though we're only 3 games in.
I think that is how that one works, Roen. It's been a fun one. The leading scorer for the Tigers was Alana Eaton with 20 of their 67, and then the other way, Allie Becky led the way with 22 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists of their 95, the final here in Worthen Arena. 95-66, the Cardinals are 3-0, the Tigers 2-2. You have been listening to women's basketball on SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
This has been a production of SportsLink Digital Radio.